What's going on, YouTubers? MOPAR Man 1978. Today's video is going to be concerning a debate about super stock leaf springs and my take on it, whether it be bad or good or whatever. I imagine I'll get a lot of comments, but anyway, let's just jump right into it. Okay, so as you can see here, I know these aren't the super stock leaf springs, but I'll get into that. A while back, I've been telling people on live chats and other videos I've done that I'm going to be putting super stock leaf springs on my 65 Dart. But I was waiting to save up some money, or hopefully at some point I would get my income tax check back. Well, after a long wait, I was finally granted my income tax check back. So, but a while back I had bought, I think like last year before, I had bought these parts for Mancini Racing. You got the really nice connectors, the frame connectors to go to the leaf springs. Real nice, heavy duty quality, grade 8 bolts, the whole 9 yards. The heavy duty anti-rust support bracket that goes on the other side of the panel to help take the stress off from the bolts and the bracket wanting to pull on the sheet metal inside the fender well and slash the inside of the body. Anyway, I got these are great, and they got the two adjustable holes for the leaf spring to go up and down, whatever you want to change the stance. At the same time, I bought the super stock leaf spring shackles, and these are supposed to go along with my A-body shackles for the super stock leaf springs. I was a little disappointed in the quality of the shackles and the shackle support bracket that bolts to the frame. As you can see, there's no welding around where the tube comes inside the bracket. And then if you look, they don't show it online, but if you look inside here, see if I can get a better angle, they only welded half of the tube instead of putting a weld all the way around each side of the tube. A little disappointed on that for the money, but since I do have a welder and welding skills, I will be finished welding these seams up to make sure they're strong. And then we get to the super stock leaf spring shackles. Now, what I was disappointed in is, I believe these are judging by the bolts, they look like they're 7/16, possibly 7/16, and then they taper down to 3/8. The 3/8. Let's see if I can get a better shot on here. 3/8. Sorry for the dog, our guard dog in the back's barking because there's either somebody walking or another dog in the neighborhood. Anyway, sorry about the interruption. The neighbor came out of his driveway and the little dog went nuts that we got. So anyway, back to what I was saying, it goes from, I think, 7/16 down to 3/8. And then the other problem is I'm not going to be able to take these off right now, these polyurethane bushings, because they're on there real tight. But the other weak spot in these, even though this bolt is pushed through and it has like a sprocket style looking hole inside here that has been pressed in, and then the backside has been heated up and crushed down to almost nothing. There's really no head left on there. And this one right here, I don't know if you can see it in there, it's been so squished from the factory or wherever they did it, the lip, being thin as it is, has already cracked and split. and so this kind of pissed me off. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grind all this shit off, and I got to press. I'm going to press these horrible low grade studs out of here, long bolts, whatever you want to call them. And I'm just going to do like I always do with all my suspension upgrades, especially on the rear leaf springs. I'm going to go with the rust proof coating grade 8 Fastenal nuts and bolts and lock nuts. Now we got the rooster going nuts out back. Anyway, that's that. Now on to the deal with the super stock leaf springs themselves. All right, I'm back here underneath my truck. Let's see if we can get this to focus. There we go. I know trucks are different from the cars, so save the comments. Anyway, but they're kind of similar in a way. But anyway, this truck was actually, from when I ran the VIN number, was actually a factory slant 6 truck. So somebody put, it had a weak tow package, suspension, you know, light leaf coil springs and light leaf rear leaf springs. But somebody put in a small block and a V8 rear end and stuff in it, but didn't bother to upgrade the front coil springs to heavier duty springs, and then they didn't bother to upgrade the rear leaf springs. So I still have to do the front coil springs, but I upgraded the rear leaf springs. These are heavy duty, thick leaf. Let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4 real thick leaf springs, and then it's got this really super thick helper spring here, which is really heavy duty. Now before, when I had the other leaf springs on, and this is where like the super stock comes in, when you have the thick leaf springs and a bunch of them on there, when I had the original leaf springs on and I tried to power brake it or roast the tires, I would get lots of wheel hop, pop, 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 enough to where it shaked the whole truck. And I thought it might have been tires or whatever, so I got some better quality high-speed tires. Still did the same thing. So when I upgraded to these big heavy-duty Dodge D150 springs, and then I put polyurethane bushings and all that in there, it quit all the wheel hop on both sides. And I also noticed it was axle twisting a little bit with the original leaf springs, and this took care of most of it. But that's what the super stock does. It gets rid of most of the wheel hop and the axle twisting. And they do make, Lakewood does make slapper bars for late 90s, early 2000s Dodge Ram pickup trucks. And my understanding is, unless somebody knows better than I do in the comment section, I don't think Dodge changed the rear suspension from 70s all the way up through 90s and 2000s. I think they pretty much kept everything the same except for maybe the rear end itself. But I believe the leaf springs and the frame and everything's pretty much the same frame. They just put a different cab and bed and stuff on the truck. But like I said, correct me if I'm wrong. But so I was wanting to put slapper bars on this to kind of give it that cool look as well, and whatever. Because when I did do a video quite a while back, I set the camera down and I did a hard launch while this was facing up at the rear end and leaf spring after I put the heavier duty leaf springs on, and it still had a little bit of, just a tiny bit of axle wind up, not much. And I think by putting the slapper bars on there, it'll finish canceling out the excess, because I know you're going to have a little bit to where the bump stop on the slapper bars comes up and touches the the front part of the leaf spring where the eye is. But anyway, that's once I got upgraded to the heavier duty or leaf springs, it got rid of all the wheel hop and all that stuff. I don't have that anymore. I can just roast the tires without any issues. And that's pretty much what the super stock leaf springs do. I know on the super stocks, the passenger side gets the heavier duty of the two leaf springs, and the other side has the regular leaf spring. That way, because when you undertake launches and stuff like that, this wheel wants to lift up while the other one gets pushed down anyway. So I know all that. But anyway, if you guys have any questions, comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section below, and hope you enjoyed this video.